What's up, everybody? This is Jed Johnson from DieselCrew.com, and of course, you know they call me Napalm, and I am the king of pinch. Answering another question today from someone on Instagram, and who was it? It was Dan underscore Discant. Not sure how to pronounce that. But he wants to know, do you think Brian Shaw could break most grip world records if he trained specifically for it? That's a good question. That's a pretty cool question right there. Most people would automatically say yes. If you go by the question, it says most grip world records. I think just by his sheer hand size, his full body strength, and his ability to just brute strength through things, I think definitely he would have a chance at breaking a lot of grip world records, especially anything that was thick bar related or wide pinch related and was one hand only. Now, the question comes in when it comes to things that are very small and that favor a smaller handed individual, then I think Brian is going to have a harder time. So if you look at the smaller key pinch implements like the stub, the half penny, uh, there's a new implement out there called a Pluto, but a lot of the key pinch implements, inch pinch, things along those lines, I think those could be things that would give Brian a harder time because of just the size of his hands and fingers. He might have trouble getting down there and getting a good bite on things. Another thing that pops into my mind, and I kind of alluded to it already, was there are many two-hand lifts in grip sport, and I have heard, and I think I've actually heard him talk about his left hand has had, or maybe his left arm has had some nerve problems in the past. So I just wonder if maybe there's a disparity there between his left hand and his right hand. I don't know that that's shown up in any kind of strongman competitions because I know that in a lot of strongman events you can wear straps, so that probably is able to mask any kind of imbalance that he has in strength between his right and left hands. But things like an axle lift or a two hand pinch or things along those lines. I just wonder if maybe there's a disparity there and it would cause a problem for his performance. Now, I think the best way, like if you were to set up an all around grip competition, like let's say I challenged Brian Shaw to an all around grip strength competition, maybe 5 events, and like a gripper, like a two hand pinch, a napalm's nightmare, a medley, um, and who knows, maybe some kind of a wrist, like a pickaxe event. Okay, 5 different lifts, all different disciplines. I think he might have trouble at least in the first time, in the first time he did these events, just because he wouldn't be completely familiar with everything and he wouldn't have the technique down. And I don't know how he is with grippers. I know that he's not good with tearing decks of cards just based on that show that he's on. So I wonder if maybe his coordination of how to set the gripper might be lacking, right? Maybe that would set him back a little bit. Then you throw the two-hand pinch at him. Maybe that throws him off a little bit. Definitely lots of technique involved with that, which I can see him lifting a lot of weight with just brute strength, raw technique, nothing refined, and still putting up big numbers. But maybe a grip sport specialist would be able to beat him at that. Um, Napalm's Nightmare or an Axle. Maybe with the right competitor, they would be able to beat him. But I think even with just brute strength, he'd probably have the advantage. Now, if you did something like a rolling handle lift and then you had to do a total between both hands, maybe that's another opportunity for a grip sport um, specialist to really slip in there and pull the wool over his eyes and catch another victory. Um, a sophisticated medley that he has no idea what it is, you might be able to button hook him a little bit. And then the pickaxe, there's a lot of technique with the pickaxe, sledge choke, that kind of stuff is really tough. So maybe that's an opportunity once again. I mean, I would lay that challenge out if he were interested in coming up. We could have a one-on-one competition, a little grudge match for sure. But probably a more fair contest would be like I choose 3 implements and he chooses 3 implements, and then we go from there. So it's all speculation at this point, but let's be honest. Brian Shaw is very, very strong, huge hands, and is an absolute brute, and he could probably do very, very well at pretty much anything thrown at him. But I think with a little creativity, might be able to get an advantage on him. That's what I think. What do you think? Put your thoughts in the comments section below. Go right down there, put it in there. I'm interested in hearing what you think as well. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you didn't already do so, and share this with your friends so we can get lots of feedback down below. All the best in your training, everybody. Take care.